Today we're going to be finding all roots of a polynomial equation. The first polynomial equation we have is x to the third minus 2x squared minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. The p-value is -3. It's always a value in the back, the constant. The q is based off the leading coefficient, which is 1. The factors of p would be plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 3. The factors of 1 would be plus or minus 1. The possible rational roots would be p over q plus or minus 1 over 1 plus or minus 3 over 1. So this is what we were looking at this past week. So moving on from here, we would then need to find a root. Now we could have up to 3 roots. That's including our rational and our complex numbers. So let's first pick out a root. Let's start with positive 1. And let's do synthetic division. So we have 1, -2, -2, and -3. So when we do our synthetic division, 1 times 1 is 1, -2 plus 1 is -1, -1 times -1 is -1, -2 plus -1 is -3, -3 times 1 is -3. We do not get a 0 for a remainder. We get -6, so 1 would not be a root. Let's just try 3. So same idea. Take our coefficients, 1, -2, -2, and -3. Let's do synthetic division. Bring down the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. -2 plus 3 is positive 1. 1 times 3 is 3. -2 plus 3 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. -3 plus 3 is 0. So we found one of our roots. So since we found one of our roots, we need to take our remaining pieces here from our synthetic division and create a trinomial. So it's going to say x squared plus 1x plus 1 equal to 0. So we found one of our roots to be 3. Well, if we looked at our highest degree from the polynomial, it did have x to the third, so we can have 3 roots, 3 possible roots. But we got to continue this trinomial. We have to factor it. What times what gives you 1? Well, 1 and 1. Does 1 and 1 add to give you 1? No. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. And so the quadratic formula is -b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So our a in this trinomial is 1, the b is also 1, and the c is 1. So negative b, which is 1, plus or minus square root b squared, 1 squared, minus 4ac all over 2a. So when I simplify that, I'm going to get -1 plus or minus 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times 1 times 1 is 4 all over 2. Well, -1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 is -3 all over 2. Well, we cannot have a negative under the radical. So we're going to have to simplify that, and when we have a negative on the radical, it results in an I. So we have -1 plus or minus I radical 3 over 2. So this right here is the other 2 roots for this polynomial. So we have 3, and we have -1 plus or minus I radical 3 over 2. So that is 3 roots altogether. Now, again, the key word here is roots. It did not say anything about rational roots. So from here on out, we're going to find all roots for the polynomial equation.